Before I actually start this project, I'd like to say a few YouTube things. Firstly, this is another school project, but it's not animated. Just trying something different. Secondly, this video might be a less memey. My language arts teacher is a lot more serious than, say, my culinary arts teacher, so just to be safe, you know. Now, let the still a bit memey school project begin. A lot of my viewers are from the United States. In fact, the class watching this is from the United States. So you probably all know about the horrors of slavery. But did you know that it was actually a problem in Europe? Yes, America is not evil. Slavery originated somewhere else. Anyways, slavery was the problem in Europe. And a certain man named William Wilberforce was the main factor in abolishing slavery there. Dude even has a school dedicated to him. The William Wilberforce School. It's a thing. Let's see. First thing up is a brief history of Monsieur Wilberforce. Sir Wilberforce was born in England 1759. He attended St. John's College and in 1780 was elected into Parliament, the House of Commons to be exact. For those of you who don't know, Parliament is England's government. It's kind of like the United States Congress. He converted to evangelical Christianity in 1785. In 1825, he retired from the House of Commons. I bet retirement from the House of Commons is pretty common, am I right? Anyways, you may ask, how did this dude get involved in the abolishment movement? Well, I'm about to answer that, so sit down and be patient, you! Sorry. So, how did he get involved? Well, one of the big factors was a man named Thomas Clarkson, an abolitionist. As Gale says, the abolitionist Thomas Clarkson had enormous influence on Wilberforce. He and others were campaigning for an end to the trade in which British ships were carrying black slaves from Africa in terrible conditions to the West Indies as goods to be bought and sold. Wilberforce was persuaded to lobby for the abolition of the slave trade, and for 18 years he regularly introduced anti-slavery motions in Parliament. 18 years? We haven't even been alive 18 years. Kind of weird to think about, right, my brothers? I'm sorry. I don't know how Wilberforce viewed Clarkson, but that may have had something to do with his influence. Wilberforce may have looked up to Clarkson. But who knows? Not me. Another factor was Wilberforce's religion. The quote in the original paper that this video is based off of was a bit long, so I'll just sum it up. Wilberforce talked to some people, he talked to some more people, and he eventually reached the conclusion of God had set before me two objects, the suppression of the slave trade and the reformation of manners, according to the Wilberforce School. It sure is weird quoting stuff while talking. It's also weird what influence people's beliefs can have on them. Moving on, we've talked about how Wilberforce first got involved in abolition, but how did he help free the slaves? Well, as previously mentioned, he brought up the issue in the House of Parliaments. Wait, what? What the heck, bang? It's the House of Commons, not Parliament. House of Commons is a part of Parliament. Anyways, he brought up the issue of slavery in the House of Commons for 18 years. Wilberforce also made a few groups, as stated by Gale. Clarkson organized a propaganda campaign throughout the country, while Wilberforce represented the group's interests in the House of Commons. Wilberforce created two formal organizations in 1787, the Committee for the Abolition of the Slave Trade and the Society for the Reformation of Manners. These groups were a good idea. They united people and gave them a banner to flock to. Furthermore, the ridiculed group Wilberforce was a part of, called the Clapham sect, helped. The campaign was supported by many members of the Clapham sect and other abolitionists who raised public awareness of their cause with pamphlets, books, rallies, and petitions, according to BBC. The books and pamphlets probably helped the cause a lot. I mean, I personally understand things better when I can just read it. And I bet the same applies to you too. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not you after all. I'm me. However, this wasn't all fun and games for Wilberforce. People didn't like that he was trying to get rid of the free labor. According to the Wilberforce school, people tried to kill him multiple times. However, William Brave Pants over here kept advocating for freedom for slaves. Imagine, people keep trying to kill you. Are you going to keep doing the thing that's making them want to kill you? I'm in no rush to die, so... But Mr. Brave Pants kept pushing for abolition, and it would pay off. He managed to defeat the evil Slavery, the toughest boss in the game. Wait, this isn't a video game. Screw it. According to Gale, in 1807, the slave trade was successfully banned. However, slavery itself was still allowed, at least until 1833, when the Emancipation Act was put into effect. Unfortunately, Wilberforce had been dead for a month when that happened. So, what happened because of Wilberforce's work? Well, for one, the slave trade was abolished, as stated earlier, multiple times. One of the only real effects Wilberforce's work had, that I could find at least, was that, well, it'll be easier to just read the giant quote. So, here we go. As said by the Wilberforce School, Wilberforce's faith in Jesus Christ changed him from a careless, wealthy young politician to a tireless, compassionate public servant. He developed and used his gifts of leadership and persuasion to champion countless efforts to better society. He was a moral leader who voted against his party when principle required it. His partnership with his Christian brothers and sisters in the Clapham sect serves as a model for Christians working together to bring about meaningful reform in society. He persisted for decades in the tasks God had called him to, despite illness, physical threats, and enormous opposition. At his death, the British nation honored Wilberforce by burying him in Westminster Abbey and erecting a statue in his memory. In short, Wilberforce changed as a human being, and a lot of people respect that, as demonstrated by the statue and the entire frickin' school. Now the next question is a kinda tough one. How would you get involved in the Richfield community based on the work your activist did? I mean, what is there to get involved in? Everything seems to be fine to me. Don't fix what isn't broken, am I right? On second thought, that's supposed to be a more general question, isn't it? Yeah, that would probably help. Well, I would speak up for what I think is right and persist in it no matter what. Giving up is for the weak. Unless you're trying to do something dumb like walk through a wall. Then giving up is a good idea. Because people can't walk through walls. Did I answer that question correctly? I hope so. Because, points. Good grades are good, The only thing I have left is other important / interesting information about your activist. Well, there really wasn't much that I didn't already mention. I mean, I brought up the school thing like 3 times now. So, that's that. School project end. Fin. End communication.
No, don't.
I got some things to say. Things such as, if you like the video, then hit that little like button. The like button will be sad if you don't touch it. Wait, that sounds weird. Could we just cut that out? Please? Please? Come on. Fine. Also, hit that subscribe button to see more of this weird stuff. And for those of you in my class watching this, let me tell you what my channel is, since I haven't already mentioned it. I am a loner does things, and my icon is a little Minecraft head and crossbones. Yes, a Minecraft head, because it used to be loner craft, but then I decided to open up my channel and do more than just Minecraft. Anyways, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you learned something. But probably not, because your brain cells are probably already dead from my past few videos. What I'm saying is that if you haven't seen my other videos, go watch them. They're absolutely horrible. Total cringe. I don't care. Watch them anyways.